Hey, Leaf, can you hear me? All right. Well, thanks for coming, bud. I'm going to just get into it and start unscrewing my motors and guards. So the reason I'm doing this is I cooked this motor, and I'll show you guys once I pull it off. And then what happened was I ordered 3 more replacement motors because I wanted backups. And these are bot grinders by Rotor Ride, and they actually changed the design. These are hype trains, and the new ones are actually T-motor. So I had 3 T-motor that say hype train on them come, and I wasn't very pleased just due to the fact that I want a matching set, and they sent me 3 more, so I got a total of 6 T-motor style hype trains, if you want to call them that. And I have 3 good motors remaining that are hype train bot grinder versions. I don't know if there's any difference or what, but I don't fly a junkyard dog around, so I basically told them if I knew they were changing manufacturers that I would have changed completely, went with a different motor setup. I would have ordered all new motors. So they were kind enough to, like I say, hook me up. So this one is going to get a whole new ESC and motor combo. And these ones I'm just going to pull the motors off because I'm suspect about the ESC as well. I don't Loctite my motors, which I think I might start doing just due to the fact that I forget to check them when I'm out flying. And there's a lot of times where I think it causes me jello and other issues. And I think it could be why I cook that motor as well. All right. Yeah. So the other problem I had with this one is, I don't know if you can see it, I probably can't tell, but it actually, the bearings were loose. And you can see, I probably can't, that's what a cooked motor right there. So the other ones are kind of nice and shiny. Right by my, right there, cooked motor. It's still flew, it just got extremely hot. Great, beautiful little motors, but it's lasted me 16 packs. I wasn't super happy, but it's, I guess, part of the game, I'm starting to realize. All right. Just going to cut the tape off this. So the frame I use is an Armaton Chameleon. I have two of them. I like to keep them both working at the same time. So when I go flying, I can always fly something, and I'm not going out to, say, a location. Not that anything's too far from home, but you can go and have a good flying session and not have to worry about going home after a pack and not get any flying in. So all right, I think I'm gonna grab that new ESC. right, let's tin this sucker up. So I just do one side at a time. All right. Hey, Mark. Thanks for stopping in, bud. So I'm going to add some double-sided tape to my arms. Just to help with vibrations and stuff and protect the ESCs. And I'm just going to use the one side. I don't think I'm going to pull that other side off. It's just going to be a cushion. And bought this, a meter of shrink tubing. So let's get these suckers on there. It's not working so good for me. Let's try that. There we go. It's not that hard, Mark. It's I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I've been doing RCN drones for RC for probably 15 years, from 3D helicopters to 3D planes and all that fun stuff. And then I discovered this hobby about 4 years ago, when it was it wasn't anything where it's at now. That's for sure. They didn't fly like they do nowadays out of the gate. This was my first drone. It's Armiton. I've stuck with Armiton frames. They're great. They give you a warranty. The only problem is I'm in Canada. I got to pay shipping, so it's $20 to ship anything now. So I'm never gonna fly this old thing, but it's an old. It's probably 4 years old. Really not a very good design, but it got me flying. And then, I mean, this is a newer Armiton, and these are bulletproof. Obviously break them. Like this is the frame, but they're lifetime warranty. I got for $20, I got a new bottom plate on my frame, and they're just super easy to deal with. All right, and I have a 3D printer, so I print all my own little doohickey parts, and that's really fun to play with. Oh, hopefully that shrinks down, but it'll work. It'll be good enough. I actually haven't been flying around here. I'm on Vancouver Island in Canada, and we're having forest fires, and it's really hot and dry. So, and our batteries, as I'm sure some of you guys are aware, can just go off. So I'm being really cautious and not hitting the forest. So I've been flying my little tiny whoop and posting older videos just to keep content flowing. So I said earlier, I don't generally use Loctite, and I'm not going to right at this time, just replacing my motors. Hey, Kev. And I kind of stopped using Loctite, but I think I'm going to go back to using Loctite. Just I get forgetful when I'm flying, and in the heat of the moment, it's easy to just keep on throw the drone back in the air and forget to check your motor mounts. So I'll go back maybe and add some Loctite later on. And I'm a flux kind of guy, so I'm gonna, even though I got rosin core solder, I flux everything. This is the pain in the butt part. All right. Thanks, Kev. Hey, Jagger Scott, what's up, bud? Hopefully I don't bore you guys to death. I would like to try a 4-in-1 ESC. This, I think it would clean everything up, but I find the Armitons don't leave you much space for, or the Chameleons and the Rooster don't leave you much space for anything but your stack and the stuff you need. So this is, I mean, it's tight, and that's I don't got the greatest lighting, sorry guys. But yeah, there's not much space left And then you add in the straps that you need to hold your batteries in and all the other jazz, you're pretty tight in there. So there we go. I think we're good. Now I'm not going to obviously shrink that until I test everything out. Well, 5. Thanks, guys. Thanks for popping in. So the reason I'm going to replace all 4 motors. This one went bad. You can see it's cooked. I blame it on Betaflight 3.4, and I think it had a screwed bearing to start with. But what happened was Rotor Riot actually, these are hype trains. These are the original bot grinders, and they actually switched to T-Motor manufacturing hype train bot grinders. So they're actually quite a bit different, and different enough where I actually threw a fit, and they sent me 3 extras. So I ordered 3 to replace this one and have a backup. And I basically told them that I would have switched brands if I knew they were switching manufacturers, and probably went to T-Motor anyways. But anyways, they did me a big solid and were amazing. Actually, I haven't had an issue with any of the manufacturers if you buy legit stuff, and I've stopped buying myself the knockoff stuff. I've got Raystar motors, and there's nothing wrong with them, but it's not worth it in the end, in my opinion. No, I don't work with them. I just buy them. I'm nobody. I like to think I'm sponsored because Newbie Drone sent me a hat, but I don't think it works like that. Yeah, Kev, as soon as I went, I'm not the greatest tuner, and I don't want to be. I enjoy soldering and building, but when it gets to PIDs and all that other junk, but yeah, I really do think it was, Betaflight. I just, there's no reason why, even how loose that bearing was, it should have, like, you do the test in the flight control, or in the Betaflight software, no vibrations and props off. Nothing was different, even with the motor that kind of rocked, and it ate it up. Like, I couldn't get rid of the jello. I'm in Canada. We actually went down to Comic-Con in San Diego, and on our way back, we went through Death Valley, but we hit up, Raka Hula Water Park. It's a abandoned water park out in the desert. Freaking amazing. And I just couldn't get a clean flight in there. It had weird characteristics. You'd come over and you'd come off the throttle, and you'd come over, and it would flutter out of a power loop. It was the weirdest. It was weird. And anyways, I'm gonna try 3.5. Kev, what do you think about that? If you're still there. Yeah, I may roll back to 3.3 because I actually had some good flying quads. But I'm going to try 3.5 first. As I'm sure you know, it's like 15 minutes to roll back, as long as you not even that long. there's a lot of stuff I can copy. I can switch around. I tried Butterflight, didn't work for me. And then 3-4 release candidates came out. I tried one, did the same thing. I just wasn't having fun. I mean, as I think everybody in here that's an FPVer at some point in their FPV time probably wanted to throw in the towel, but I'm so invested in it, and I actually do love the hobby and the people in it that, you know, if it costs me a little bit of money for enjoyment to keep going, then that's what it does. I enjoy building. I wish I could afford to enjoy building more, but you guys know how that goes. I like the no pants on these motors. I have Armatin Oomphs on my other quad that are I really like them, but I started cooking motors and I actually had two identical quads going. I'll just grab it. I'm using Maytech F722 flight controller with their VTX power supply all-in-one thingy, power distribution board, and I use FR Sky receiver. I had bad luck with these guys in the beginning until I printed myself off these mounts. They're not meant for this. They're meant for a different thing, but they work good. I was destroying these after a couple packs. They're Lumineers, and that was me hard mounting them to the back of the Armatin like they're supposed to. That's about it. This has doesn't have the 32 ESCs, and I can't remember what brand I have, but I've got a few extras because I pulled everything off this one. I think I cooked 2 motors on this quad, and then I pulled everything off and did the block grinders on this one with 32 ESCs. So this is going to be more of a backup. But I mean, yeah, everything I don't know. I started out buying lesser quality stuff, and I've just given up on that. I mean, obviously, I try to find sales and do things economically, but fuck it, right? Pain in the butt. I have motor dampeners on there. I tried to do everything to get rid of jello. I don't know if you guys are. I put up. I think I got another one automatically uploading at 8 tonight of the Wallapoola water park. But the jello. I mean, it was high noon. Well, it was 9:30 in the morning, but the sun was blaring, so that I had that against me. But everything I could do to try to get rid of jello. I mean, stock tune. I didn't change anything, and it was so unflyable at times with 3.4, and I think a bad motor. Sorry, guys. Let one slip. I would say in Canadian dollars, US is probably $400 for that. Kev might, I don't know where Kev's from, or someone might be able to answer US, but I would say they're probably $400 to $500. It's about $500 to $800 Canadian flying with a GoPro. That's what sits in here. So that's the only reason you see high quality footage is people are flying. I mean, the sessions were cheap. Now people are flying $600 GoPro. Yeah, British crowns, I think, aren't they pretty much equivalent to US dollar. So I honestly, I probably have 10 grand worth of drone stuff as of recently too, not including my older Chinese knockoff stuff or that. It's the goggles are $600, so they're about 500 for you in British pounds for with the receiver for a good set, if not more. Transmitter's about $200, so it doesn't cost that. But I mean, you need motors. You buy one, you don't buy four, you buy six, right? Because these, they can discontinue them or they go out of stock. We're such a small hobby that. And for me in Canada to get stuff shipped, I pay shipping on my butt, and a lot of times it's not available. We do have some really good suppliers in Canada, but it's still not perfect. Oh, the chat just disappeared. Oh. Cut a piece of this stuff. That's pretty good. I'm just going to make sure everything's okay here. Good. I don't know what happened to chat there, guys, but it disappeared. This will hold it. Oh, yeah. There, it's back. No, nothing's plug and play. That's one of the frustrating things I'm finding. I think it's just, it's not the biggest, it's not super popularity of a hobby, right? So a lot of, there's I think 3 or 4 different main flight controller program so you can use in the board. It's not standardized. I think it's good for some people. Yeah, plug and pray. Yeah, it's. I mean, I could make a mistake wiring these up and cook my crap, right? And have to wait for more stuff or replace it. But I mean, like even with the extra, like I was saying about buying extra motors, you buy extra ESCs as well, and extra flight controllers and all that stuff. I got a pile of gear, totes of it. Yeah, this is where it gets fun. Offhand soldering, hey? Oh, look at that. Could have probably left myself some more room here, but she'll work. See that solder has rosin in it, but it doesn't work as good as this flux paste. It just wicks it right in. my pliers. Doing something I shouldn't be doing with them, I think. Let's try not snipping it more though, right guys? Look at that. Embarrassing. Came right off the pad. Strange. Oh. Do that. That one. My chap's gone as well again. So what's funny is it's really hard to get leaded electrical solder in Canada. So I'm using, I mean, I have no idea how old this is, but she's old. I'm just going to try to find another set of pliers here. There we go. Yeah, I really enjoy actually soldering. I don't know. I was watching another stream and that's what one of the guys said. He's like, I never would have thought I would enjoy this stuff. And it's, I don't know. I enjoy almost every aspect of this hobby, excluding the programming of the flight controller. I really am not a good tuner. When people start talking PIDs, I start just going blank. I understand it, but I just want to fly. Once I get everything stuck onto the board. One day. These guys, just gonna pop them off before I tape everything. Go re-solder everything, or those at least. So kind of a funny story is when I went to replace these motors, it was the day before we were going to Comic-Con. So I got everything in the mail. I work a camp job, so I got out a day early, got everything in the mail. We live on an island. We live on Vancouver Island, so we got to take ferries to go to the mainland to get off the island. So ferries bright and early in the morning. So the night I'm packing for Comic-Con, replacing motors and ESCs, I believe. I actually used plumbing solder. I didn't realize it was in my little soldering kit I have in my shop here, and so I soldered everything up, as well as my Weller. I got a decent little Weller soldering station. It's nothing fancy. It's not temperature control. Stopped working, so I had to run to our local Canadian Tire, pick up a crappy soldering iron that didn't work, or it's crap because it's, I don't know, a piece of junk. And so yeah, I ended up soldering everything with plumber solder, and then realized what I did, and yeah, went and popped all the solder off. And so that could be one of the reasons why that one pad delaminated, or whatever you want to call it, let go. Let's take as much of this stuff off And it was interesting. You could actually tell the difference. It just didn't stick. Hey, bottle caps. What's going on, bud? Glad you popped in. What's going on over on your side of the island? Just so you guys know, Bottle Cap lives probably one ferry or two ferry boats away, not far. He lives on a small island in Johnstone Strait, just off Vancouver Island and the mainland. A beautiful place too. Don't tell anyone though, right? Bottle Caps. So yeah, I was in such a rush to get this thing ready for the flying at the abandoned water park. You can even see how, I mean, I didn't even tape these fully for protection. Like it was, yeah, don't rush what I'm going to try to take from that, but that will never change. Oh, that's it. Georgia Straits. Sorry, Bottle Cap. I work North Island, bud, so Johnstone Strait's the big strait up there. Hey, the good troll RC. How's it going, bud? I'm not doing very good at paying attention to the chat here, guys. Sorry. All right. So I don't know if anyone caught this one. I just put in this sticky tape. It's double-sided sticky tape, but I'm not pulling the second side off. It's just a protective anti-vibration unit for the speed controllers, the ESCs. And I need a piece of this. Should probably just cut two of them on here. All right. The best part about these new motors is, just give me 1 sec, I'll show you guys. They come with block grinder stickers. Oh, awesome, Bottle Caps. Little sketchy there, bud. Just want your investment down on the ground, and he's trying to make it his own. So yeah, I bought a 3D printer last about a year ago, 2 years ago, and oh man, so fun. And I mean, especially for this stuff, I only have one friend. Well, I got a couple other guys I met locally now, but at the time I only had one friend that flew, so we try to fly the same stuff. So obviously we can trade back and forth, but yeah, so I print him stuff up, and oh, it's It's a good troll. It's a Armaton Chameleon. Older, not the TI one, which I don't know, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. I actually like the adjustable camera mount, and just don't torque on the little tiny screws they got there, and you're good to go. I haven't had an issue with it. I broke one arm, and $20 they sent me another one, and it took like a week. But I also have two of these, just slightly different motor and ESC combos, but flight controllers, and the frames are identical, except for one's orange and one's silver. But it's funny, I've never owned anything but Armaton frames. I don't work for anyone or affiliated, but I just have had nothing but luck, and they've been in the industry since I started. They're the first quad frame I bought, and I just really haven't looked back. Not saying I'm not gonna try something different, but they got a lifetime warranty on most of their products, and you can't really go wrong. Like I say, $20 to get a frame shipped from China. I mean, it cost me $20 on shipping, so that's what it cost me. $20 was the shipping. It was a free replacement frame. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Yeah, I thought I fried my soldering station, so I ordered. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't know who's all into. Ordered a God, what are they called? STC? No, they're not STCs. Maybe they are 100. But like for $60. That's the size of it. Digital display, plugs into a LiPo lithium battery, so out at the field. Thing's great. Yeah, Mark, probably 90. They're pretty quick. They're a lot quicker when you're flying them than when you review your footage. It's yeah. I pack an extra screen with me, my original. So I started before I bought my Fat Shark goggles, which this thing's on. That's why it's hot in there. I started with this, and it just didn't work very well. And man, that is hot. But it's got this diversity receivers. It's a great unit. It wasn't immersive. So I went with Fat Sharks, and but I bring that to the field with me, and I show people, and you can hear it. The things scream. They sound amazing when they're really going. They sound like a rocket ship or a Ferrari, or they're awesome. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize how fun and fast and intense they are. So, and I just stripped the wires with my fingers. So keep that hooked up. There we go. One more, and then we can see if we are going to let out any of that magic blue smoke, which I've been fortunate not to yet. We did on a friend's the other day. He has a little mini 2-inch, and it's just a little, I don't even know what brand it is, but it's a really cool little 2-inch. Like, you wouldn't want to fly in the house. It's so fast. Quad, and we were setting it up on his Tranis light. I'll show you the little controller. One of these little guys, I call them my, I did a little video on what I use for whooping, and this is all this is going to be used for. I'm not going to use it for the stuff that's just not as good as anything else, really. The resolution on the gimbals is light. But anyways, we were setting up his little one with that little controller of his, and I was pushing the bind button, and I think I pushed too hard and pushed the frame, or the flight controller grounded out, and yeah, we let some blue smoke go. It was unfortunate. So nice, good trolls. You did your first power loop today? If you're bored, go back, and I'm not self-promoting or anything, but check out some of my I had some fun there on my FPV one. I've got a really good, sweet little spot to fly around trees, and it's fairly forgiving. But yeah, you can almost see the progression from going from a grass field to flying little gaps. And I think the big thing with flying is honestly not giving a hoot. I'll watch my language there. I don't know if he's on here. I can't remember who has mentioned that. I won't swear. Anyways, it's yeah. I fly like I have a warranty on my frame, and when I'm rich, which I'm not, that's how I fly. Like, I don't care. Ooh, plastic here. Black tape stinks. Oh, I know he was joking. Yeah. I can get carried away, and I don't want to. My kids will probably be logging on and watching me. They're super excited. We're working on their YouTube channel as well. I don't have that much time in the day to edit every video, all the videos. So I'm working on. I want to build a computer as well. All right, Bottle Caps. Thanks, buddy. I'm sure we'll see you on Persa or someone later. Actually, I haven't seen you around much, bud. Yeah, that's it, Earl. You got it. I do, though. I mean, I respect other people's property. There is a few things. I watch where I fly. I give people the more space than they need, and most people are more interested in coming up to us, and then we have to stay away. I find I fly cemeteries. In my opinion, not disturbing anyone. Yeah, I may go to hell, but we'll keep our beliefs to ourselves. And I think they're actually beautiful. I have a really nice Japanese Chinese one locally just down the road, and it's gorgeous. Just beautiful place to go and fly. I don't hang out at cemeteries. I really don't hang out at cemeteries. Yeah, Mark, I work a full-time job in camp, kids. We run a pretty much a full-time business. I make wood wedding bands. I have that channel I want to try to start up as well, and trying to live life and not be too overwhelmed. So. All right, Mark. Thanks, buddy. Oh, Mr. Troll's taking off. Anyways, thanks for stopping in, guys. Whoever, is taking off. It's hard to keep up on the chat while I'm trying to make progress here. All right, last one. So the orange stuff is TPU, and as you can tell, it's amazing stuff. It's 3D printed right here when I'm not doing this, and I just can't believe how it actually prints and comes out of an extruder head and works like it. It's amazing. I was printing everything in oh god, what is it? PLA, I think. The hard stuff, anyways, like this, and so I'd break a motor protector daily or flightly, so I'd be replacing them, and these little motor protectors have saved my butt. Now I don't know if they're causing me an issue either, though. I don't think they're enough to keep heat in or anything like that. In general, your motors don't get hot, but I don't know. I'm suspect to them as well, but it's nice to think that I can get a couple extra flights out of my motors before I bend a bell. As you guys can expect. These are very nice motors. So they're the same ratings and everything. I just don't know. I don't know if anyone has a out there that flies FPV, if you can mix motors. I want to try it when I get down to that point where I have cooked motors. So these three look the same, but these are manufactured by Hype Train, which is a high quality motor manufacturer. These four, plus the other two I have for backup, are actually T motors that say Hype Train on them. I guess the manufacturers switch back and forth, but they're different. They're just a different height on your bell. Dimensions are the same. They slightly look different. I don't know if you can switch bells back and forth. So, yeah. Yeah, Mark, 3D printing is pretty fun, man. I've got a bunch of time lapses I'm going to load up to add another thing to my YouTube is the 3D printing time lapses. They're really neat to watch. It's quite fun. And I don't my accuracy is not the greatest. I mean, I'm more for function, but I have to get in there and because there's things hanging around, and I just go in there and cut it out. I really don't care. Not for this stuff, right? I'm not doing pieces of art on the wall or anything like that. It's functionality at this point. See long, that's all right. A little extra wiggle room never hurt, right? Oh. back up. No. Jesus, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I got a giant glob of solder hanging out down there. There we go. All right. I find flying as well as cable management is a pain in the ass. I don't know any other FPVers got any solutions, but I usually use two straps. I strap the battery down and then I put my battery leads facing this way, and then I pull everything over top. Then another battery goes over top, or another strap goes over top of the cables to hold it in, and just in case I crash and it shifts. I don't like to have anything too tight that powers this because as you guys can imagine, it looks like it. You'd be able to find it, but you get into a foot of grass and these things disappear. Even though I've got orange on there, I'll probably go around and put red tape, even white tape around these, just anything. And then we have it fly with beepers. Oh, that's one other thing I gotta fix. My beeper. Fly with beepers so that you can buzz it. Now the new beta flights do have beeping motor option. However, I just don't like it. I think it heats your motors up. I had a buddy and we were testing his out and it timed out. It did the not arming thing and just started going, and I felt his motors in there cooking. So I don't like it. I'll go with a standalone beeper, which is super loud, and would like to get one of those Hellgates. And all that is it just detects when you lose power, and it has a powered buzzer with a tiny little LiPo on it, and basically will start going off after a certain amount of time. But that's one thing. I don't want to, I mean, crashing, braking, recovering, losing is a whole other thing you don't want to do. Crashing, you can fix it, you can repair it. Losing it, well, you lose everything plus a GoPro. It's an $800 plus a day. And GoPro discontinued these are built for the Session series style GoPro, and they've just if anyone's aware, that's non-FPV. They just discontinued it, so now we're having to fly, which I'm fortunate. I actually have 2 sessions remaining, but we have to fly standard GoPros once you go through your stock of sessions. Which I'm hoping that one of these camera companies comes up with a good standalone DVR inside here, and they have them. They're just not the greatest yet, but I think that's the way it's gonna go. One camera, record your high def, and you can use it for FPV. So that's it, fellas. You guys want to see if there's magic smoke that comes out? So here's my transmitter. He. So I've got I got Hot Dog FPV straps. These are amazing, and I'll show you my goggle setup as well. I just got to switch models. Oops, there we go. And here's my goggles. They're matching paint job, but I got the wide band, and that's quite lovely. The 2-inch or 2.5-inch band is, I find it pulls the goggles in, so you don't have a, it just lets less light in. That simple wider band, it just fits tighter. I'm a big dude, I got a big head. It just pulls it all in. All right. So this is a smoke stopper. If you guys need to discharge batteries, you make this, that, this, and now it's a safe, I think 2-amp discharger. I think Bardwell has a video on it. There's a bunch of videos. It's called a smoke stopper, but then you just short it out right here and it goes to the light and lights. So that's what we're gonna do is if this light lights up, we got a problem. Ooh. We got a problem. All right. All right. Well, where the hell? Thank God I used the smoke stopper and didn't let the blue smoke come out. All right, I'm gonna end the stream because I've got some shit to look at. All right, thanks guys. It's been a slice, and yeah, the light did its job. That's the first time it's ever happened. Actually, I've been really fortunate, and yeah, I just got some digging to do, and it could be a while, and lots of not nice words being said and stuff like that. I've never had that issue. Just give me 1 sec. It is. One. This one's good. Yeah. All right. All right, guys. Thanks a bunch. I think it's something simple. I think it might be, it's right here. Oh, there it is right there. You know what it is? I hope it didn't cook that. That's from soldering. All these ESCs are spun the other way. No, they're not. This one. It's right there. These ESCs, you see how I got those jobbies on that side? Well, here. All right, I'm not going anywhere. Let's do this. What I did was I screwed up is what I did. I got to spin this ESC, flip this one. This is the original one, and I didn't pay attention to that. There, you can see here, they're upside down. So yeah, I don't mark these wires, but that's because I put these on the same way, and I clearly didn't. But that is actually a simple fix. So I'm going to do that, and we'll see what happens. A little embarrassing, but that's part of the joys of soldering. And I'm just thankful I actually used my smoke stopper, and the sucker actually worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole thing off. Where's my solder? There it is. So probably not the best practice, but we're doing it. I'm going to get some of this solder off this side of the board. Here, let's clean it up. That one's fine. So it's going to go that way on the quad itself. So we will tin there we go. Now we're back cooking with gas. So it's gonna go like that. All right. So now everything should be, let's just verify. So you can see on this one, this is a good one. You can see there, that's all these jobbies, whatever they are, special magic things that make things magically happen. It's got to go on the bottom. And before I do that, I'm just going to retin, square everything up so it goes nicer. There we go. Let's get that guy down too. Not very clean, so I'm just going to add a little more juice to it. No, that's not. There we go. Now I can pull the white one out. Put it right there. Ah, Jesus. Guess I should tin the right side, eh? There we go. Yeah. Let's get some flux on that stuff. Yeah, I don't know, I'm a fluxy guy. I like the, even though this has flux in the solder, I don't know, it just doesn't, you'll see, just that did it. Just All right, so we're matching that guy. We're matching that guy. And we're matching that guy. This just looks cooked because of my solder. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but it's just dark because of my wicked good soldering skills. Soldering is quite the skill. If you enjoy soldering, then hey, fun. I really enjoy soldering, and I enjoyed building like some of my first flight controllers are. See if I can find one. Might have threw it away. There. This is pretty much what the innards of a flight controller, or what this looks like though. This is the same stuff, but they're attached by a ribbon cable nowadays, or this one is, and that's it. So everything's, you get to solder, 9 things pretty much, and that's it. And then it goes plug and play from there. And even the flight control, otherwise there'd be a bunch of wires connecting the bottom, the power distribution board. And this is a VTX combo. And but now it's all attached to ribbons. Like years ago, we had to have, and you still can have separate VTXs and all that stuff, but it's really going the way of ribbons, attaching everything, simple, less soldering, which is okay. You can basically build a quad in 45 minutes nowadays. And that's no lie, from, I would say, 2 hours from opening packages and getting everything straight. But if you built one, I could bang one of these out with YouTube going, because that's a major help for me with all the building stuff. Wasn't adding any solder there because I'm trying to pull up stuff from the bottom. Yeah, so that one. Get rid of this one. This one's jammed with solder, so. There it comes. Jesus Christ. All right. Graceful as always. All right. Well, that's why you double check now. Now let me remind ourselves to double check. All right. We're good. Let's double check. Where did I put the, there it is. All right, pray for no light. Excellent. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Hurrah. All right, guys. Well, thank you. I'm just going to see if I can. I don't think I can do anything. I just got to switch streams. I was wondering if I could do 2 cameras, but I don't think I can. So, anyways, no magic smoke came out. I'm going to heat shrink these, and I don't know. I want to put Betaflight 3.5 on it, give that a go, and then we're gonna go from there. And you'll hopefully see footage once it rains here. I'm really refraining from going to the forest and flying until we get rain in our forest. We're burning up as well on the island and in the interior in Canada and BC. So I'm just I don't want to be that guy. All right, guys. Well, I'll try to figure out some other thing to stream in a couple weeks here when I get back from camp. And awesome. Thanks for coming in, guys. Hit the like if you didn't, that stuff. And I'm sure I'll see you guys around. Probably see you at Rogers or Persa later on today. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Hopefully you enjoyed. Comment or whatever if you didn't.